Welcome back to the final match of the night to decide the second place advancee from Group D. And the two players vying for that spot. First one is up in the top right-hand corner of Overgrowth. A blue Zerg player from Team SLeet. SLeet.
And his opponent, the contender, in the bottom left-hand corner, playing the race of Zerg. In the purple trunks, we have Celiumn. Oh, and it will be a ZVZ, a lot of ZVZs tonight. I'm excited to see this next ZVZ. And this is vying for position 2 in the group, correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Last chance. And yeah, I mean, a lot of ZVZs are what happen when you have a group with 3 Zergs in it. But that's fine. I quite like it.
ZVZs don't really happen.
Yeah.
Bad joke.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I quite like the ZVZ. We've seen some interesting ones tonight, and there's been a lot of fast Mutalisk play. So we actually haven't seen any of the Roach Wars, and that's kind of what I want to see in this game. I want to see just some, lots of Roaches, some concaving going on, some Ling run bys while you get a big engagement with the Roaches, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We have not seen that much of those large Roach Wars that I love so much because it's very much about positioning the strategy in those, but we haven't seen that much of it. A lot more Ling heavy styles, you were saying, and I would love to see some Roach Wars here. But I think that's really dependent on the very early game. And what's been happening a lot is very early game aggression. Like we're seeing right now, not really aggression, some early scouting, but I think that's really what changes that tide is that your opponent, you got to be able to deal with these Lings, so you have to keep pulling out Banelings and Lings, and that gas goes into Banelings, and then you can't quite do Roaches. But it will look like out of SLeet, going for a gas, and then getting, actually not quite getting enough yet for metabolic boost. Do you think any of these players are going to do Roaches? I'm not sure actually yet.
Yeah, for sure. I think.
Oh, for sure?
I think Celium's going to go straight for Roaches. No gas out of him. This is pretty typical gasless opening because there's no gas. And he's going gasless openings go straight into Roaches. You don't bother with the Ling playing early sort of stages of ZVZ. Try to skip that just as much as possible. Get a wall in with some Evo chambers and some Roaches up in the top. Or you can go into Mutalisk with it, but I feel like Roaches are kind of a better option.
I feel like if you went to Mutalisks, you'd probably do a really quick really quick Spire, 4 gas, and I think that'd probably work a lot better than going into Mutalisks after a little while and just making it not quite as risky. So I definitely think Roaches are a better option here. And out of his opponent SLeet, going into Banelings, metabolic boost, very common Ling Baneling play we see in this, but maybe he's going to be a little surprised by these Roaches if they do come, because he stopped his Overlord from scouting. Actually, no, sorry, in the bottom right-hand corner there will be a little bit of a scout, but it won't catch anything important.
Yeah, no, SLeet just has the one Overlord sort of back in the natural. And Celiumn as well, sending that Overlord in just to check his opponent's gases. This is nice timing because if there were... actually, he just misses the gases going down, so he's going to miss out on that gas timing, unfortunately. And that's a bit of a shame, because if he saw both those gases being taken, it would hint him towards the fact that SLeet is going for Mutalisks. And that will be a pretty big scout. I don't know what Celium's game plan is just yet. There's the Roach War, and that's looking a little bit more like it. So we're going to be seeing some Roach out of Celiumn, but SLeet, very fast Mutalisks once again.
Now, if SLeet SLeet is going Mutalisks. Now, if we do see Celiumn go Roaches, which I'm quite sure he will, do you think that's really the right idea? Because in theory, like, Roaches should be able to take a lot of damage from Mutalisks. If he wants to go Mutalisks, then transition into Hydralisks. And I think that probably will work out well for him. What do you think of that, going Roaches into Hydralisks? Because the Roaches can tank a lot of that Mutalisk damage.
Yeah, I think so. If Celiumn, it depends how Celiumn tries to play it out. It looks like he's taking a third base, so I don't think we're going to see any big swells of Roaches and any large aggressive moves forwards, which is kind of a shame because that does really well against Mutalisks.
It does, yes.
The Mutalisking player is going to be trying to bank up a lot of resources to make this big sudden swell of Mutalisks and surprise their opponent. Celiumn actually is going for Ling aggression, getting his Ling speed, which is a bit unusual from a gasless opener. So SLeet could well be caught quite off guard by this. Usually you just skip Lings completely and go spend the extra gas on upgrades for your Roaches and such. So yeah, now that SLeet actually sees this big swell of speedlings moving out, he doesn't have really that much to deal with it.
Well, he's got 10 Lings coming out and 2 Banelings, so with some very nice hits he may be able to, and he's got 2 Banelings already, so 4 will be on the way. And I like this position. I'd love to see these 2 Banelings on near his natural actually stay there just in case something happens. Lings of Celiumn actually engaging, trying to engage her, but a very nice... Almost a very nice Bane hit right there from SLeet. SLeet is engaging now, not quite the best engagements though. Looks like Celiumn will have a very nice concave right here and actually take a battle pretty well and causing SLeet to actually retreat. SLeet getting a perfect surround onto that third and will most definitely have to cancel it. Cancels it, goes down, going for the extractors, and a few Banelings coming out for SLeet, which hopefully will get some nice hits, but I'm not sure. Ooh! Very dangerous Celiumn playing.
Celiumn plays with fire with these Baning hits, and he's done so well actually just scraping by and avoiding the big hits. I think like 3 Lings have been taken down to the biggest hit he's taken so far in this game, and that's absolutely fine, especially when you're trading out for a bonus third base. Ooh, that's a big one though. And another one going to go down here. Still, it's so close on all these Baning hits. But he's still got a lot of Lings in his opponent's base, and they're going to move up onto the main and try and take down a few more drones before the reinforcing Lings from SLeet come in, and Celiumn has to get out there. But he gets a full scout off of what's going on, sees these Mutalisks coming out, some Spore Claws on the way, as well as 15 Roaches, and 15 Roaches are going to take a while to die to 4 Mutalisks.
But then again, these 4 Mutalisks may not even go for the Roaches because the Roaches aren't going on the aggression. They're actually going to defend the third base. So I think this is actually not a great idea for Celiumn right here. Now, he definitely needs to defend against these Lings, but once he defends the Lings, he wants to go all the way directly to SLeet's base, because these mutas, like I was saying, they they take a lot of time to kill Roaches, but if Roaches aren't there, they don't need to attack Roaches because they're not an issue for these mutas.
Yeah.
We do see Roach speed coming out for Celiumn right here, and also Baneling speed coming out for SLeet. So both planning on going on their current tech routes, and I'm very curious to see if SLeet will keep going these mutas or just keep it at what he's got right now and do as much damage as he can with them.
He's done a lot of damage with them already, just in killing off so many Overlords. Celiumm's been supply blocked for a solid minute or so, just now getting out of that. But even so, he's still barely out of it. Another round of production, and there it is. He's supply capped again. So yeah, I mean, there's still a few Overlords out on the map to be sniped, and 2 more though, and that'll be it. However, this means that SLeet has secured really, really good map control just because of the lack of visions that Celiumn has. And ZVZ is a matchup that's quite often played with almost perfect vision, just because until Hydralisks or Mutalisks hit the field, just Overlords are all over the map and just giving you complete vision of that. So it's going to be tough for Celiumn to play a little bit in the dark, whereas SLeet still has that advantage of the Overlord spread.
Yeah, very interesting for Celiumn right now, definitely playing in the dark, but sending his Roaches out and actually going for Infestors soon, getting Pathogen Glands, and we haven't seen Infestors tonight, so I'm excited to see that. I love these 3 Roaches just going out to see what they can see, and I think that's a really good idea for Celiumn right here. And maybe they will they're going for the bases, we say, maybe they'll get that Creep Tumor, but they will not. Now, I'd really enjoy seeing a very small, a few Lings coming out and just seeing where they can poke at the third and at the fourth, because really right now it's important for Celiumn to not just have the Mutalisks of SLeet flying around willy-nilly, because then they'll be able to take any advantage they can, because at the moment there's nothing telling them not to go into the main, not to go into the natural. Actually, 2 Spore Crawlers in natural, but not in the main.
There's 2 Spore Crawlers in the main as well. However, if the Mutalisks do manage to get a position behind this mineral line, they can snipe away the Hydralisk end, the Infestation Bit, and the Spawning Pool. There's nothing protecting them. Just an extra Spore Crawler would do a lot of defensive work there for Celiumn. But he's got a couple of Infestors out, just 2 right now, but I'm sure he can add on a few more. Pathogen Glands as well means they'll spawn with energy for a fungal, and these Hydralisks. The thing is, SLeet hasn't overcommitted to Mutalisks. He's only got he's got 23. That's quite a lot of Mutalisks. He's not okay. No, he's getting a lot of Mutalisks now. If Celiumn gets big fungals, these can be game changers. If SLeet manages to avoid the fungals, and he can do a lot of damage if he goes in certain places with his Mutalisks and gets things. But fungals
not quite a
Mutalisk. Very good reactions by SLeet pulling away there. But actually, he even gets stunned with the Mutalisk alive. That's pretty nice.
Now, I really like a few of these Banelings mixed into this army will complement it very well, but I'm a little bit worried about Celiumm's fourth base. He can, I mean, obviously he can stay on for a while, but these mutas. Oh, a nice catch. Mutas actually caught. Not a ton of Hydras to deal with them though, and the mutas should be able to run right about now. Yeah, they will. What I was saying though is for these mutas have map control. Celiumm has no map control right now and hardly any vision across this map because of these mutas. So I'm very curious when he's take this fourth, and he's taking it actually now. It's going to be a little bit hard to defend because if he has to defend that fourth, that's a lot of his army over the right-hand side, and those mutas can go into the main or vice versa. It's just a very large area for him to defend. I'd love to see a fourth actually at the gold or at the expansion just to the north of the main.
Well, I mean, it's difficult spreading yourself thin against any kind of fast-moving mobile harassment composition, and that's one of the things the Mutalists are going to do best for SLeet, just threatening that. I'd really love to see Celiumn with some extra infestors, because they do so much work against the Banelings, the Lingbane Muta composition coming out of SLeet, and like another Baneling, fungal on those Banelings will take them all out. As it is, they're going to survive, get some decent detonations on the Roaches, but the Hydralist is what they're aiming for, and there they go. Only one Hydralist left, and that gets sniped by the Mutas easily, and Celiumn has nothing left. GG.
SLeet
managed to take game one, yeah.
Yes. The top hand side of Vanity Research Station, playing in the round of 32. Group D of Challenger League, playing for Storm Gaming, currently up one game. We have the Zerg player, SLeet. Top hand corner. In the bottom hand corner.
Indeed, in the bottom hand side of the map, we have our pink Zerg player back up against the wall, one game away from elimination. Last chance in this tournament. It is from Team Z's Celiumn.
Celiumn? Have we been saying it wrong the whole time? Let's read. Celiumn. I feel like it's a silent N. Celiumn?
Yeah, Celiumn. Like autumnal or
autumn. Autumn. Yeah, definitely. So far, both players looks like the same build going down. I know I'd really love to see a Roach versus Roach, but I don't know if we're going to see this on this map. But then again, very, very wide open. So you probably can have some pretty good Roach versus Roach or Roach Hydra compositions going down on this map.
Yeah, definitely. But I agree with you in principle, but I think SLeet has been showing in all his games really a heavy favoring of Mutalists, like the faster units. Lings, Mutalists, and I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see out of him again. Celiumn has also shown that he quite likes them. He's mixed it up a little bit more than SLeet, but largely I still feel he's gone for Speedling focused compositions.
Yeah, definitely. Playing a very, very fast game, which some players can't keep up with. So far, everyone has been able to in this league, but very, very fast games, and I'm excited to see what he can do this game. Both players still almost doing the exact same. Oh, a little bit of Ling aggression here. May actually take Celiumm's first Ling going out for the Scout, and that denial of Scout is going to be very, very important. Now, I don't think it'll actually catch up, but definitely this Queen that, may not actually pop out in time either. We'll see what goes down here.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. The Ling is going to get in and get a full Scout off, but actually, the Queen down the bottom can take out. And I didn't see the gas timings either. It only knows that there's a hatchery taken by SLeet. It won't know whether there's how much gas there is, when it was taken, whether there's a Baneling nest already, or whether SLeet's like trying to rush for roaches or anything crazy coming out. But he knows there's probably not going to be too much aggression because he did see that hatchery.
Yeah. What I'm guessing is it's going to be some Ling Baneling. They got speed on the way, and they still going gas, but only one of them. So okay, yes, definitely both confirming that Ling Baneling is going to go down. Now I'm curious if one of them is going to be a little bit greedy and take a third very soon. And that's just because I've seen in previous games, really the player that does that generally ends up, even though you'd think of, okay, now they're going to be in a bad position because of the aggression, but generally they end up actually being able to hold because of a home field advantage. So I'm curious who's going to take a third first, if it will.
Well, Vanity Research Station is a pretty long map, so the home field advantage, as you say, will be fairly significant. Banelings are a pretty good defensive unit and offensive unit. Offensively, you can just run them into the mineral line, and the opponent has to kind of panic because Banelings in your mineral line is not something you want to happen. And defensively, they give you quite a lot of space control. You plant a couple banelings somewhere, your opponent's lings will have to run around them quite a lot. So pretty nice of that. But I don't feel we're going to see any third bases too soon after these players. Generally, well, I mean, firstly, they're both starting their lairs and looking in a Mutalisk Woods direction. And secondly, it's still kind of difficult to take third bases in the face of a opening with gas from your opponent. Oh, nice block from SLeet. Getting the queens up there when they're off creep needs some pretty fast reaction times. One of them is going to pull though, and actually both.
Ooh, the second may. Ooh, the second almost would have fallen right there. Now, I really like from SLeet actually both players completely scouting each other, and both actually going up to 4 gas. So both definitely doing the Muta Ling style. And it looks like SLeet gets the first Spire. A few drones will be killed. 3 dead for SLeet. But I was going to say, though, from SLeet kind of throwing down that spine crawler, seeing his opponent, both players saw what they were doing. SLeet decided to say, okay, I want to be a little bit defensive in this position. And then we see from Celiumn, okay, I want to be the aggressor. And they both chose that and did it well. And both kind of evening out. But as I was saying, SLeet is taking the earlier Spire.
Yeah, however, Celiumn, he's going to flood a ton of lings as well as trying to take his third base. So he's probably going to get the fast third base. He's definitely going to have lings to defend it. And he could well possibly run across the map. SLeet did lose a queen in the earlier aggression from Celiumn. So he's not going to be able to block his the ramp into his main and natural. Or, indeed, do anything to defend his third base, really.
Yes, both players right now, I'd like to point out, do have a lot of gas, so obviously they're going for those Mutalisks. But yeah, I am a little bit worried about the third base. Right now for at least, Celiumn actually. Celiumn will be okay for the third base, but actually for the third base of SLeet, as you were saying, Baneling is coming out, but there's just a lot of lings for Celiumn in this position.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of them, and last game he showed some really, really good play, just dancing around the Banelings to the best of his ability. But oh my god, this time he doesn't know when they're going to finish, and that comes back to bite him. Takes a big hit there, but his own Banelings, his own reinforcements are here now, and there's only one Baneling left for SLeet. He's going to need to get a good connection. Actually, he just runs straight past. His lings are going to run into the middle line as well, but they will get taken out by the spine claw before they get there. Still though, softened up quite a few of those drones, and Celiumn has a lot of speedlings that are going to start focusing down SLeet's drones.
And about 8 lings, 5 lings now for SLeet. I think he should send them right over the other side of the map and start doing his damage as soon as they can before Celiumn really starts to get his ling or his Muta count up, which he's just starting to make now. 12 on the way, but 12 on the way though, but not Zerg +1 armor, which it does look like SLeet will be getting right now. So his arrow will be a little bit stronger, and because he just pushed off this attack, really there's not a lot to defend for Celiumn. So he's gonna have a big power play he may be able to do right here.
That's true, and the Mutalisks are coming out now, though, so he should be able to defend this. If he can keep this Spore Crawler alive, his third base should be fine. The Mutalisks, there's no way they can fight on that Spore Crawler. They can try and pick off Gas Geysers, though, but Celiumn with the home field advantage with his slightly later Mutalisks just had a bigger first wave. So right now, SLeet can't really engage. Despite the fact
in the main of Select. Oh, almost a nice hit. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, despite the fact that SLeet nearly has his Carapace, he still can't quite engage at Celiumm's side of the map because Celiumn has so many Mutalisks.
But SLeet does have the map control right now with these 2 Overlords left-hand side and 2 of them in the right-hand kind of mid. He does have the map control and will be able to engage where he wants to because his Overlords, don't quite spot those Muta's perfect little alleyway they found right there. And SLeet will not be in the right position, but he does have that option, and he does have the map control. He will see it right now, sending his Mutas over there to deal with that. And there's no Spore Crawlers, though, so I'm just a little bit worried. A lot of drones will go down right here. Oh, actually, he's focusing down the Mutas, though.
Yeah, pretty nice options either one, and just finding that avenue where there's no Spore Crawler is really, really good. Kind of a misstep by SLeet. I'd like to see him throw that down, but Celiumn had to retreat. He was supply blocked for a little bit a while earlier, so his next wave of Mutalisks is a big one, but it's it's not here right now. When he does join up, he should be able to turn around and fight, though.
Yeah, and we see lings from Select coming out right now, coming back to defensive lings. Celiumn looking like he'll have a little bit of advantage right here. Home turf, getting a few mutos to reinforce his army. SLeet on the defensive, but I'd love to see him fight over this Overlord, so the Overlord would take just a little bit of those hits from Celium's Mutalisks, but it looks like he cannot engage on this creep. There's just too big of a defender's advantage, too many mutas coming out. But for Celium's third, really not saturated at all yet. Currently for the units, it is 51 drones to 66, so a 16 drone lead for SLeet, and he's taken a fourth.
Yeah, they're still mining the same amount of gas, so the Mutalisk counts will match each other. However, SLeet's going to have a lot more lings, and if you win the ground fight, you can afford to actually be even in the air fight, because your lings will spread through, will tear through your opponent's base and absolutely annihilate anything in their path. But he's going to have to wait for that to come to fruition for a little while, especially given that Celiumn is starting to go Overlord hunting and pick off a lot of SLeet's Overlords out on the map.
Yeah, picking off those Overlords that were giving SLeet a lot of map vision is very good. Celiumn is going for the fourth, but it looks like there'll be a big ling run by SLeet going into the main, going for these drones. Drones getting a very nice, actually getting out of there quite well. Queen taking a lot of the damage in a very nice position right there, making a hallway so the lings can't actually attack fully, and then the ling going to the natural will pick off that Queen, I think.
It's gonna
barely won't. 1 health.
Damn.
SLeet.
So,
SLeet will pick off the fourth base of Celiumn, though, and is pulling back a little bit because he just cannot engage above the Spore Crawler.
yeah, that's a pretty big loss, that fourth base for Celiumn, especially given that SLeet has his finish now, and a drone transfer going over there can start mining gas, start mining the minerals, and just, further his econ lead.
Yeah. Celiumn trying to push hard, but not many lings are actually with them. Definitely, we see from SLeet a lot more lings.
Yeah, and now the big engagement is happening. Who has more Mutalisks? They're both pretty even. SLeet has a couple more, but the thing is, he's also going to lose the. He's also going to win the ground fight, which will leave his lings tanking Mutalisk bounce shots. And yeah, Celiumn just has to disengage. A lot fewer Mutalisks now than at the start of that fight. GG.
GG.
You just can't get too far behind at that Mutalisk count, and
definitely the Mutalisk count really hit him hard there.